Hey everybody, this is Steve. Tonight I'm going to rank my 20 Criterion movies, as I promised last week I would do. Um, First of all, I'd like to mention one that I actually used to have on DVD. This is Monty Python's Life of Brian. This is released in 1979, directed by Terry Jones. He was in Monty Python. It's spine number 61. Um, the reason I got rid of this is because it's never been released on Blu-ray through Criterion, and I actually went online today on Amazon and found it used, and I'm still waiting for it to come. So I didn't want to put it in my ranking, but if I did rank this, it'd probably be in my top 10 somewhere. But we'll see if I get that though. Number 20, I'm going to start with the movie called Bluey. This is released in 1985, directed by Terry Zwigoff. It's a spine number 532. This is about this blues musician named Howard Armstrong. He played a lot in Chicago, a lot of shows in Chicago near the end of his life, and in Detroit, kind of famous in those areas. But this is a documentary. And interesting enough, he lived until 2003 at the age of 94. So it's something I would only recommend if you're a fan of Criterion or a fan of Terry Zwigoff. That's probably the only time I would recommend anybody buying this. But number 19 is a movie called Darjeeling Limited. This is probably my least favorite Wes Anderson movie, but it's released in 2007, spine number 540. This is starring Owen Wilson, Jason Schwartzman, and Adrian Brody. Like I said, it's probably my least favorite of his, but something I had to own. Number 18 is a movie called Slacker. This is released in 1991. This is a Richard Linklater movie, spine number 247. This was Kevin Smith said that this movie was like his influence as far as the reason why he did Clerks is because he saw this movie. So without this movie, there may not be a Clerks and may not be a Kevin Smith career at all. If you like his movies, Jay and Silent Bob, and all of those characters have been in so many of his movies. So something if you own Richard Linklater, if you like his movies, you have to own this. Number 17 is called A Curious Case of Benjamin Button. This is released in 2008. It's a David Fincher movie, and it's spine number 476. It's starring Brad Pitt and Kate Blanchett. I love this in the theater. I really liked it. I haven't really watched the DVD in quite a while, but it's something, if you own Criterion movies. I think back in the 2000s, I bought a lot of Criterion, so something I had to have. And David Fincher, I think it's one of his earlier movies, so I'm a really huge David Fincher fan, so if you're a fan of his, you gotta have this. Number 16 is called Passive Glory. This is a Stanley Kubrick movie, released in 1957, spine number 538. This is starring Kirk Douglas. If you know Stanley Kubrick, he did 4 or 5 war movies, but they really kind of were anti-war movies. And Kirk Douglas is great in this, even though he's a French soldier, and he doesn't speak any French at all. He doesn't even have an accent. So this is a typical American movie at the time that they kept it in English, and but I really like this. It's black and white, and if you're a fan of Stanley Kubrick, you have to have this in your collection. Number 15 is called Fear and Loathing in Las Vegas. This is a released in 1998 Terry Gilliam movie. I'm a big time fan of Terry Gilliam. So this is spine number 175, and starring Johnny Depp and Benicio del Toro. This was written by Hunter S. Thompson. He was a writer for Rolling Stone magazine. He did a lot of political stories, a lot of war-based stuff, and mostly politics, and he was really popular with that magazine. Number 14 is The Killing. This is another Stanley Kubrick movie. This is released in 1956, Spine number 575. This is starring Sterling Hayden. If anyone that's seen The Godfather, he was like the crooked cop in that movie. But this is actually one of Stanley Kubrick's better movies. Number 13 is called The Game. This is a David Fincher movie, released in 1997, Spine number 627, starring Michael Douglas and Sean Penn. And just earlier I mentioned Passagory, that has Kirk Douglas. This is actually starring his son, Michael Douglas. This is one of David Fincher's earlier movies. I think it might be his second or third. I think third movie. So, but I really like this. I used to have it. This is DVD, but I also had it on DVD before, and it was like no features at all on it. And when I saw the Criterion one, I thought I'm going to buy that. So it's like I said, huge David Fincher movie fan. So number 12 is called The Life Aquatic, starring Life Aquatic with Steve Zissou. This is released in 2004. Wes Anderson movie, Spine number 300. This is starring Bill Murray. It has a lot of the common actors that are in Wes Anderson movies are in this, and he has like a group of actors that he uses pretty much everything. I think Bill Murray's been in pretty much all of its movies except for the first one. But it's really odd, but I think it's pretty good. I think it's probably I'd rank it somewhere in the middle of Wes Anderson's movies, and I'm a huge fan of his humor. So he has this really weird, dry sense of humor, and it's like, my sense of humor is just kind of broad. So I really love that. Number 11 is called Time Bandits. This is a Terry Gilliam movie released in 1981. This is actually Spine number 37, and so that's a really early Criterion movie there. I was 8 years old in 1981, so and this is something that really appeals to kids, and has a lot of small actors in it, little people. So I think that may be part of the reason why I really love it. I think this is basically, I think it's like Terry Gilliam's third movie. It has one of the little people in it is Kenny Baker. He played R2-D2 in Star Wars. And Sean Connery has a cameo in it, in like one segment of the movie, and it has I think a couple of Monty Python actors in it. So really love Time Bandits. Number 10 is called Bottle Rocket. This is a 1996 movie from Wes Anderson. It's Spine number 450. It has Owen Wilson, Luke Wilson, and James Caan. This is actually Wes Anderson's first movie. And number 9 is Chasing Amy. This is a 1997 Kevin Smith movie, and Spine number 75. This is starring Ben Affleck, Joey Lauren Adams, and Jason Lee. This is I think this is Kevin Smith's third movie, and it got a lot of critical acclaim. His first movie was great. Mallrats got really poor critical acclaim, or no critical acclaim at all, and then Chasing Amy kind of brought him back. Number 8 is called Crumb. This is a documentary. It's actually directed by Terry Zwigoff. The only two Criterion that I have on this are both from Terry Zwigoff, and they're both Criterion documentaries. This is released in 1995, Spine number 533. It's about Robert Crumb. He was a cartoonist. He's still alive, but he lives in France now. He's an American but lives in France, and this movie would be really controversial to people now. He was kind of a male chauvinist kind of character that a lot of women liked and a lot of women hated too. He did these really weird cartoons. I actually watched this today. It has a commentary with Terry Zwigoff and Roger Ebert. So really love that one. Okay, number 7 is Rushmore. This is released in 1998 Wes Anderson movie. movie, Spine Number 65, starring Jason Schwartzman and Bill Murray. This is Wes Anderson's second movie, and it's a great one. Number 6 is Brazil. This is a Terry Gilliam movie, released in 1985. This actually has 3 movies in it. It's like 3 different versions of it: director's cut and theatrical cut, and another one. And this is actually listed as spine number 51.1, 51.2, and 51.3. It's really odd. It's a Jonathan Pryce movie. Robert De Niro has a cameo in it, and has Ian Holm, if you know the Bad Robot, and the first Alien movie. I really love that one. Number 5 is, I just got this last year. It's Bruce Lee, His Greatest Hits. This has like pretty much everything from Bruce Lee that he ever did, except for the Green Hornet. He played Kato in Green Hornet. It has 5 theatrical movies in it: The Big Boss, Fist of Fury, The Way of the Dragon, Enter the Dragon, and Game of Death. This is spine number 1036. So I think now they're like right around 300, like 1,100 Criterion movies. This is 1036. Number 4 is The Royal Tenenbaums. This is released in 2001 Wes Anderson movie. Spine number 157. You notice I have a lot of Wes Anderson movies on my list here. He's done a lot of Criterion. I think most recently, some of his movies have been released on DVD and Blu-ray, and have been Criterion, and then they released them later as Criterion movies. So I don't have all of them, but this is actually my favorite Wes Anderson movie for sure. It has Gene Hackman, Angelica Houston, Bill Murray. There's quite a few actors in this. Owen Wilson, Ben Stiller, Luke Wilson. Love that one. Number 3 is Fast Times at Ridgemont High. I actually reviewed this last week in a separate video. Starring Sean Penn, Forrest Whitaker, Phoebe Cates. Released in 1982. Directed by Amy Heckerling. This is spine number 1075. And this has a lot of great special features. This actually has the TV version on it too, the theatrical and TV version. But the Blu-ray looks really great. Number 10 is Dazed Confused. This is a Richard Linklater movie released in 1993, and it's spine number 336. I've actually owned this on DVD before. I've had it on Blu-ray. This is a Blu-ray, but I've had it on like 2 different DVDs and 2 different Blu-rays. So, and I think I had it on VHS also. So that's how much I love this movie. I just keep buying it. Like in actually I had the Blu-ray Criterion was this really thick box. This one's much slimmer, and I had it on Blu-ray. I had DVD and Blu-ray, and the Blu-ray didn't have any special features on it at all. And the DVD looked terrible, so I had to buy it on Blu-ray. Okay, and number 1 is The Fisher King. This is a Terry Gilliam movie, released in 1991. This is spine number 764, starring Robin Williams, Jeff Bridges, Mercedes Ruehl. I think all those actors were all nominated for Oscars, and Mercedes Ruehl actually won an Oscar for this. But I think it might be the best performance from Jeff Bridges and Robin Williams. And it has those 3 big payoff endings to it, that 3 or 4 huge payoffs at the end of it, that it makes it one of my favorite Terry Gilliam movies. And so that's it though. So I appreciated everybody watching the video, and please like and subscribe if you like Criterion. Just let me know. Thank you. Happy night. Bye.